this commissioning ceremony for the Seastreak, for the Commodore. First, I'd like to introduce my partner, Paul Jagretha. Paul and I have been partners for 50 years.
Right.
And, I
can't remember. It's
I
been
hope
so
a few
long.
more. But we've worked together in all these enterprises that we're in. So some of you are wondering, you know, are we going to christen the boat? The boat has been christened. You wouldn't dare bring that boat up from Franklin, Louisiana, without christening her, for fear that she'd never make it. But she was christened by Corey. Corey, where are you?
Right here.
Corey is the sponsor of the boat.
Yes, sir.
And so you don't have to worry about the dangers on the trip to New York. Before starting, we'll ask the crew to circulate the crowd, collect $20 a ticket. Because we've got to pay for this boat somehow. But in all seriousness, this boat is a centerpiece of a $30 million program to bring Seastreak into the 21st century. It started with our conversion of the Wall Street, new engines, new seats, etc., followed by the New York, and the New York is now 1 year old. The New Jersey is down in New Orleans, getting her new engines and her seats that look just like this, and this wooden carpet that we have, which blows everybody's mind. And we hope to have her up early this summer. And that will leave then the Highlands, and we will be well along. We have laid a keel for a second boat here, but that is not being worked on right now. So this is the centerpiece, as I say, of our $30 million program to serve New Jersey, New York, Martha's Vineyard, and Nantucket, and as well as other operations that we have. I'd like to thank Jim and Jack for their great efforts, and a whole bunch of other people. I'm going to let them do that. But I and Paul and I are deeply grateful for the incredible hard work that went into making this possible. And it is I think you are impressed. I'm certainly impressed with it. And this is the greatest ferry serving New York City, and we're proud to be the owners of it. Let me end there, and I'll turn to my son Jim, who will give you some of the interesting details.
Thanks, Dad. Well, thank you all for coming and bringing a gorgeous day with you. We're very, very happy to be at this point. Obviously, it's taken several years to build this boat, and Jack will explain a little bit more about the construction of it, but I think we had 78 different versions, changes to the drawings before we ever started cutting metal. The most ever from this designer who's designed thousands of boats in their history, in Cat Crowther of Sydney, Australia. They said no one has made more changes to a design than you guys, and to Jack and Brian, who were instrumental in it and the layout. They knew what they wanted. We knew what we wanted. We got a boat that if we were to do it again, we would not make any changes. So congratulations to you guys for a great design boat. Brian spent the better part of a year down in Louisiana working on this project, as well as Jack. A significant amount of time, hands-on, making sure every fixture was right, every detail was there. And you could think about a boat of this size. There's millions and millions of decisions that have to be made to get it right, and you got it right. So today we are here on the Commodore, and many of you might say, why the name Commodore? So I will tell you. I have some notes, but the Commodore is named after Cornelius Vanderbilt. And Cornelius Vanderbilt actually started ferry services in New York Harbor and ended up running routes right where we're running today during his lifetime. But he was really a pioneer with a little sailboat going from Staten Island to Manhattan. And in 1829, Cornelius Vanderbilt, I'm sorry, I started with the second page. So Cornelius Vanderbilt, which his ferry is named after, was born in Staten Island in 1794. At the age of 16, his mother lent him $100 in exchange for plowing 8 acres of rocky soil. Can you imagine a kid doing that today? With that money, he bought a small schooner and began transporting passengers from Staten Island to Manhattan. The next year, he paid his mother back the $100 plus another $1,000. Vanderbilt was helped by the War of 1812 with the British as he profited by ferrying soldiers and supplies to the numerous ports on the shorelines of New York and New Jersey. By 1818, Vanderbilt sold all his sailing ships and invested in the future of steamships. And in partnership with Thomas Fulton, he built larger ferries that were more comfortable for passengers with somewhat fancy interiors. He also bought the most advanced steam boilers, and his boats were known for safety and dependability, something that we are continuing with this vessel, the Commodore. Such was his energy and eagerness in this trade that other operators began to call him Commodore, which at the time was the highest rank in the U.S. Navy. In 1829, Vanderbilt, now operating independently, began his own steamship line, which would grow to 100 vessels, with lines up the Hudson River, Long Island Sound, Providence, Boston, including runs to New Jersey and New York Harbor. And during the gold rush, the only way to California was by sea, and they were landing at Panama Canal and traveling a long distance across land to the Pacific, where they pick up another vessel. The Commodore found a shorter route through Guatemala and personally captained some of his own first side wheelers through the rapids to a point where the land was crossing with